Hi there, welcome to Crochet CJ episode 45. I'm a mom and midwife, and I'm a born-again Christian, and I love people enough to tell them that. It's so good to see you guys again. I know it's been like a month or so. COVID-19 has had a huge impact on everyone, I think, worldwide, and I know that while I have stories of how it's impacted my life, that all of you do too, and I know that we're all reaching out to one another through social media and, kind of hanging out that way since we had that social distancing, which I'm so happy to say that I feel like people have done a good job of that in most places, and I really feel like it's helped. No matter what you believe about this virus, there's all sorts of theories out there and things like that. There is no denying that it is deadly, and that we need to be conscious of caring for one another during this time, and trying to do everything we can so that others don't get ill. So moving right on to finished objects. I know I'm in a little bit different position today, but that's because I want to show off my first finished object, was the Magnolia Cardigan. I don't normally do a full-length sleeve on things like this because I wash my hands a lot. Even before COVID, I washed my hands a lot. But I really like this pattern, and I wanted to do the longer sleeve, and it's really comfy. I hate it when people always say, hate it. I hate it when you say that was an easy pattern. It is a very easy pattern. I really enjoyed making it. I really like it. It's so comfy. I took it to work and, wore it over my clinic, business casual clothes. At the house, I keep it on the back of my chair, and if I get a little chilly, I put it on. It's not overly warm because it's pretty porous, but it does warm you up if you're chilly and stuff. I mean, you're not going to go outside in a blizzard in it, but it does keep you nice and warm under the air conditioning. How about that? So it's really supposed to go to just past your hip. I kind of carried it further because I'm a rebel. What can I say? It goes down past my knees, and I know you can't see that, but anyway, it's a gorgeous cardigan, and it was so fun to make, and I really like it, and it's so comfy, and as good as anything can look. I just think it looked pretty good on me. I don't know, I like it. I used Karen cotton cakes to make it. I actually had 4 of these, and I used 3 of them to make the cardigan. I had bought it not with a particular, actually I was gonna make another campfire cardigan with it, and then when I found this pattern, I was like, I think that would look really nice in this cotton, so that's what I used it for. So I do have an extra one of these to play with, and I mean, these things are nice. They are this is lilac is the color that I used. It's a really, really light purple, and the cotton cakes are 60% cotton, 40% acrylic, 8.8 ounces, and 530 yards. And like I said, I used 3 cakes of that. The Magnolia Cardigan is a pattern from Two Brothers Blankets. It is a paid pattern, so you can go look that one up and pay for it. They also have a Magnolia short, I think they call it a shardy, which I realize sounds kind of rude, but it's a short cardigan. Anyway, so I mean, they have many other patterns too, but this one I really, really liked, and I don't mind paying for a good pattern and using it, and I am pretty sure I'm going to make more of these. The other finished object I did a couple of pair of socks, and I used my favorite vanilla sock pattern. That I got the pattern and the links to the video tutorials on YouTube from my good friend Mary at Mary's Crochet Chitchat. So you guys know me. I do my video and I upload it overnight because it takes so long to upload anything. And then tomorrow, after it's uploaded, I'll go back in and put these links and stuff in the description for you. And I'm pretty sure that I've put these links in previous ones when I was working on these as Joys in Progress, but I'll make sure to put them under this video too so that you'll know where they are. The socks I made, the first pair I made out of Premier Deborah Norville Serenity yarn in the color Garden, and it's 65 ounces, 185 yards, 100% micro acrylic, and it's a number 2 yarn. Now, I did use two skeins, okay? Now, don't laugh, okay? I know you guys saw these before, the back cut, kind of baggy. I don't remember if I showed you my socks last time. I mean, I usually write everything down, but I could have not done it. I could have done it and not written it down. I think these were still in progress when I showed you last time. Anyway, I did finish them. They turned out a little bit big, okay? But I do like them, and they are super comfortable. I've worn them to work. Now they're microacrylic, so they're not gonna shrink. I have washed them, I have dried them. They look exactly the same because I was hoping that this baggy part at the top would shrink up. I don't know why my cuff ended up being baggy. I had that problem on both socks, so there you go. But they turned out really nice, and I really like them. But like I said, they're a little bit big. Now, this is what the socks should look like. My sister from another mister, Mary, at Mary's Crochet Chitchat, actually made me these. Aren't they beautiful? I think this was her first pair of socks this year or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, she made me these, and these fit perfectly. The other ones fit fine. I mean, I can wear them. It's not that I can't wear them. It's just that they're a little baggy, okay? And that's okay. You know, they're inside shoes. It's not like they're going anywhere. But anyway, they're super comfortable. Now, number 2 yarn. That's the next part of my story. So then I completed another pair of socks, and this time I used Premier Wool Free Sock in the color Vegas Lights, and it's 235 yards and 1.7 ounces, 93% acrylic, 7% PBT, which I know is some kind of polyester blend or something. And here's the story on these. So I decided I was making them for my daughter, and her foot's not quite as wide as mine, so I thought, well, I'll make the medium size instead of the large because those ended up so big on me. What I didn't take into account is these are a size 1 yarn. So I made the mediums. They turned out great. I don't have them to show you because I gave them to my daughter because she's going to give them to a friend. They're too small for her, okay? I know, that was a long short story, wasn't it? So, funnily enough, I still had enough left. I use 2 different skeins, and that way I can do both socks at one time. Because what I do is I do the cuff, both socks, then I do the leg, both socks, then I do the heel, and the, you know, and all that, and I do each part of both socks as I go along, so I don't get second sock syndrome. I didn't get that with the other one because I only had, but now that I have 2 sets of these circular needles, these 2.25s, I can do 2 socks at a time. So I'm making her another pair. I'm doing the size large, and right now I am doing, I just finished the heel turn on this one. I got to do the heel turn on this one. Actually, I did the heel turn on both of them, and now I'm getting ready to work on the gusset, okay? So that's what Vegas Lights works up like. It's really pretty. But anyway, I'm working on those. That's one of my joys in progress. I don't really have anything else I'm working on right now as a joy in progress. That's okay. Like I said, there's a lot going on, and I'm gonna start another crochet project soon. I actually kind of took a little hiatus for a couple of weeks, and I read all 5 of the Game of Thrones books. Really well written. I mean, you know, yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff in there. This guy has quite the imagination. But I just couldn't get into the series, and, you know, everybody's telling me how good it was and things like that. Well, then I found out, oh, they're books. So I bought the books and I read them. And that's great. I enjoyed them. I'm a little frustrated that the last one, book 5, was written in 2011, and book 6 is still not done yet. I mean, 9 years, come on, really? And there's so much left unresolved, and I really am looking forward to reading more to find out what happens to all these characters. You get really invested in the characters, or at least I do. You know me, big Harry Potter fan. The books were my first passion with Harry Potter, and, you know, the movies are okay, but I don't care what kind of special effects you do, it can never match your imagination. You know, it can never bring to life the things the way they do in your imagination. I mean, that's my opinion, but I'm an avid reader, so anyway. That's a couple of weeks this month I spent reading books in my spare time when I wasn't working, and so I didn't do a lot of crocheting and knitting, and I kind of needed a break from it. And that's okay. So we'll move on to acquisitions. I subscribed to Sock Crate, and I got my first sock crate, and it is this really pretty Vita Lana. It is heather sock. The color is wisteria. 40% merino, 40% Peruvian Highland wool, 20% nylon. There's 100 grams and 436 yards in this, so that'll make some really pretty socks, I think. I like that. Knit crate, however, the rest of it was kind of disappointing. I know that people have had to make adjustments with COVID and all that kind of stuff, and I'm trying to be accepting of that, but somehow because of that they couldn't do the little booklets with all your patterns, so this is what you got. You got a postcard telling you to go to a website and look up your patterns, and that is what it is. I probably wouldn't use their patterns anyway, but I was kind of disappointed because when I did Knit Crate before, I was disappointed with the selection of yarn, and then this time the yarn's good, which I'm okay with. I'm not saying anything other than it's disappointing that other things. And then like their little extra they sent is this little felt zipper bag, I guess, you know, for tools and things, and that's all well and good, but to me it was kind of a chintzy little add-on. I think I'd rather just not have them send me that kind of stuff, but they did, and you know, that is what it is. So yes, good news, bad news about Sock Crate. Oh well. Anyway, moving right along, other acquisitions. I don't know if you noticed my beautiful sock blockers. So I had bought some plastic sock blockers in a large size, but I have big feet apparently, and they still didn't fit. So I found these on Etsy. This lady makes them. I think it's a lady, because that's pretty much her lady's name. Anyway, I don't remember her name. I will have to look it up and link that Etsy shop below. She makes several different designs. These are dogwoods, which dogwoods is like the Oklahoma state tree, and I love dogwoods anyway. And these are extra large, so you could see my socks on them. Even being extra large, those socks were not stretched on these at all. So hopefully my next pair that I make for myself will fit better. My other acquisition, I got this really cool sock ruler. You can go to www.sockruler.com. And the one I got had a 3-pack. It had this size, and then a medium, and then a small for like children's socks. And you can just slide your socks on there and, you know, see how long they are, things like that. And so if you've measured somebody's foot, you know how long to make your sock before you do like your toe or your heel turn or whatever. So anyway, I thought that was a really cool little purchase. It's a nice hard plastic. Anyway, that was a good one. Thank you, Carrie Penny from Happy Crafty Homemaker. She was the one that suggested that that might be a good thing to have. So I got that, and then May is my birthday month, okay? So I get Mother's Day and I get my birthday, and you know, so that's fun. And I tend to celebrate my birthday all month long, whether or not anybody else does. I am always feeling sassy in May. My last name is May, so that's kind of fun. And my sweet, sweet friend Sandra sent me my birthday package. Now, one of the yarns I cannot show you because someone else is getting the same yarn, and she asked me not to show it before they receive their package, and so I'm not showing it. But she sent me 8 of these hanks of, and I know you can see it, glitter, okay? So that is Uru Yarn Sugared Sport. The color is lapis. I always thought lapis was a blue color, but that is a very vibrant purple. So they're 70% South Superwash Merino, Southwest Merino. I put SW so I wouldn't have to write out Superwash. 70% Superwash Merino, 20% nylon, 10% stellina, which is the sparkle in them. And it's in there really nice. I mean, it's not, you know, going to be falling out all over the place. And they're 100 grams with 300 yards on each one of them. So I have 8 of these. So I'm going to make something really, really nice with that. I might even make another one of these cardigans because I like it so well. And then I would have a sparkly one, you know, for when I want to feel sparkly. She also sent me some cute little earrings, and I set them down somewhere. Anyway, they're little shamrocks. Anyway, and then she also sent me some candy canes because I really like candy canes. I like peppermint, so she's always sending me peppermints and candy canes, things like that. Anyway, that's kind of it. I know it's kind of a short and sweet, don't have a lot to say thing today, but that's the way it works. When you spend 2 weeks of your free time reading, you don't have a lot of stuff to show. My one joy in progress, again, just my socks, and then I have other socks I'm going to work on, and I might actually start another one of these cardigans out of that really pretty yarn. I don't know. I've got another cardigan pattern that I'm thinking of for that yarn, but I'm not sure because this one I really like the pattern and it really went together well. So anyway, I hope you guys have a lovely, I hope you've had a lovely Mother's Day and that May is going really well for you. So you guys are such a blessing to me, and I really appreciate your comments, and I really appreciate you hanging out with me. I want you to remember that Jesus loves you, and so do I. And you guys be blessed, okay?